Secretary of State, National Security Advisor, and now witness in an ongoing criminal trial. Marco Rubio appeared in court today in the case against former Miami Congressman David Rivera. Rivera, who is Rubio's former roommate, is accused of illegally lobbying for Venezuela. Rivera denies any wrongdoing. CBS News correspondent Cristian Benavides was in court today and joins me now. So, Cristian, tell me, what did Secretary of State Marco Rubio have to say about his relationship with Rivera?
Well, look, Nicole, I mean, they weren't just good friends. In fact, they were roommates, and they owned that house together while they were in the Florida legislature. They were dear, dear friends, and Rivera is accused of using that relationship to be able to get a $50 million contract from the Venezuelan regime. Again, Rubio is not accused of any wrongdoing here. He was called to take to the stand just before 10 a.m. today. He was wearing a dark blue suit. And he was asked in the courtroom by the prosecutors, you know, are you employed? He said, I have two jobs. I'm Secretary of State, and I'm also the National Security Advisor. And that drew laughter from the courtroom. Rubio testified that he and Rivera were very good friends, a friendship that goes back to the 90s. He also testified that he had been unaware that Rivera had been allegedly working with the regime. The U.S. government said Rivera had a $50 million contract with Venezuela and that he had been paid out about $20 million of that. Rivera denies any wrongdoing in this case. And as I said, Rubio is not accused of any wrongdoing.
And what else did we learn about the case against Rivera?
Well, look, for a criminal defendant, Rivera sure was all smiles before heading into court. I spoke to him before he headed in. I asked him how he was doing. He smiled and he said, well, ask me after today's testimony. Rivera is accused of money laundering. He's accused of not registering as a foreign agent. Now, why is Rubio testifying? Well, he held two meetings with Rivera back in 2017. And Rubio says that Rivera said that he could produce a letter from Nicolas Maduro that he would step down and hold free and fair elections, but clearly that did not materialize. The Secretary of State testified about those meetings today and also about his friendship with Rivera.
And what's next in this trial?
Well, look, the trial is expected to last several weeks. As far as Secretary Rubio's role in all this, I mean, that was pretty much it. He gave his testimony in all about 4 hours. He came and he left. I will make note of just how unusual it is, as you noted. I mean, it's not since the Reagan era that we've had a sitting cabinet member testify. And just another note, there were a handful of moments throughout the day in the courtroom, not just that question about whether Marco Rubio was employed, but there was another note at the very end. Once Rubio was done testifying, a defense attorney went up to Rubio and asked if he would autograph an autobiography that he had brought to the courtroom. So really, it was an interesting day, to say the least, here at Miami Federal Court.
Yeah, sounds pretty surreal. Cristian Benavides, thank you so much.